So JBL is a very, very popular name when it comes to car audio. They're very popular when it comes to subwoofers, speakers, amplifiers, and even portable speakers for around the house. Now, they've just brought out a brand new product which we're very happy about, the JBL 700D Double Din Headunit. Hey guys, it's Blayde again from CarPlay Security, and we've got a brand new product from JBL, the Legend 700D. Now this is a double din Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, DAB, all bells and whistles unit from JBL. So this is their first iteration of a double din screen. So we're very, very happy about that. So technical specs on this unit, you've got a 7-inch capacitive touchscreen with a row of physical buttons along the bottom, a full-size double din chassis, 3 4-volt RCA pre-outs on the back, and also you have a rear camera input. You have a USB-A extension to go into the glove box. You have a GPS connection, DAB and FM connection. You have a microphone input. You have your main power input, and then you have the heatsink on the back. So straight off the bat, just feeling it, feels like a very solid head unit. Specs wise, seems pretty good. So what we're going to do is open up the box, show you what you get inside, all the contents, and then we'll do the usual thing of taking it downstairs, plugging it up to a vehicle, and we'll show you how it all works. So let me get this stuff out of the box. Okay, so when you open up the box, inside obviously you'll have the main head unit, hopefully, and then you've got all of the rest of the accessories. So starting from this end, you've got your main power loom. So this is the main multi-pin connection that goes into the back of the stereo, and then that terminates to an ISO connection. This is a universal aftermarket plug. You then use an adapter to go into your vehicle, or if you have a slightly older vehicle, it will just plug straight in. There's multiple other bullet connectors to be able to add stuff like a remote cable for a subwoofer, steering wheel control input, reversing camera signals, all stuff like that. It's already on that harness. Next, you've got your microphone. It's kind of standard issue microphone. It's got a jack on one end that plugs into the back of the stereo, and then this end would clip up onto your headlining, or you could stick it onto the dash using this part here that they give you. So that's a replacement of this bottom part. That just pops off, and then you can clip it on that way. Next, you've got your GPS antenna. Now, because this unit is wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, this is required to be connected to be able to give you that wireless feature, basically allowing you to have navigation on the screen from Google Maps, Waze, whatever you need. That'll be needing to be connected and then stuck on top of the dash. You get a little pack of screws. So if you're using a side bracket system, you need to screw onto the side of the stereo. You've got a pack of screws in there. You've got removal keys. That is to remove the original cage that comes on the stereo, which is this black cage here. You've got your instruction manuals, user manual, all bits and bobs like that. If you get stuck, all the information is going to be in here. And then lastly, you get the trim ring. That just sits over. It's designed to work with the original cage. So that just clips in and finishes it off all nicely once you're done. Right, so that's enough talking about it. I know what I'm waiting for. Let's get this into a car and see what it's all about. Let's go downstairs and get it installed. It's all installed in the car, so let's turn it on, see what happens. Okay, so you get the nice JBL logo on the screen there. Oh well, pretty quick startup time, so that's a good start. So obviously this is your main home screen that you'll come to when you turn it on every day. But to go through the main home screen here, so you've got your normal FM AM radio, you've got your Bluetooth, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay, USB, DAB, aux, and then settings. So obviously you have this background here. I've set it to this kind of pinky swirly color, but you can set it to whatever you need to. So what you can do is you can go in settings, and then you can go on display and then change background. So it's on background 3 at the moment. So you can go through, change to whatever background you like. In terms of the rest of the settings, all pretty self-explanatory. You can go through, change time and date, whether you've got the external or internal microphone, because this does have a built-in microphone, but does come with an external one. So what would you prefer in terms of installation? It's a lot easier to not have to fit a mic. but you may not get as good mic quality. So we've got a mic already fitted up here. And then radio region, you need to make sure that's set to Europe, obviously if you're within Europe, or for whatever country you're in. So Europe is where we are. And then go home, so then radio. So if you're in FM radio, you can press and hold, and then that will auto scan to the next available station. And then you can press and hold up here to save that station as a preset. See, it says 104.9 up there, so you can save that. You can then also manually scroll to whatever station you want, like the old school scrolly radio stations. So you can go through there, and then you've got your radio settings, and then you can manually punch in a particular FM number if you'd like. So over here you can change from FM 1, 2 and 3, so you can have 3 different presets for whatever music you kind of like. And then you can also jump into the EQ, so you can customize the EQ for the AM and FM. Let's go back. And also from the FM menu you can jump into DAB. So DAB is a very similar concept, so you'll have all your stations, but what you have is more of a list. Now because we're inside the workshop, there's no stations here available because we've got lots of LED lights, which cuts out the DAB. But once you've scanned it, it will give you a full list. You can select it and then set it as a preset. So if we go back, obviously Android Auto and CarPlay is connected via Bluetooth. So what I'll show you first of all is how to connect an Android phone, as I have an Android phone. What we first of all do is go onto our phone, scroll all the way to the bottom where you've got the available Bluetooth devices. And then what I like to do is go into Bluetooth, hit that little search icon there, and what that will do is the stereo will search for your device as well as your device searching for that, and it tends to work a lot better. So you can then hit pair, so that's my phone there, pair, and it should come up on here, there we go, pin code, pair. There we go, so it's made the noise to say it's connected, and then it's going to auto jump into Android Auto. And there we go, we've got the Android Auto all up and running, so I'm using Waze at the moment. You can then also do split screen setup, so I've got Spotify playing on the side there, and then you can then press that again, and then that will go into all your available applications. So you can use, I think Google Maps is on here, where is it? Up the top. So you can also use Google Maps. Now because this has got the GPS antenna, it's a lot more accurate rather than using the GPS off your phone. So you can use that if you need to, and then you've got like your phone book, you can call anyone, make a call. You can also use Siri or Google, so you can press this button here that will activate the hands-free. Take me to Trafalgar Square.
Navigating to Trafalgar Square.
There we go. And they also work for completely hands-free, so you can do, let's just jump back in. Okay, Google, take me to Trafalgar Square.
Navigating to Cape Trafalgar.
Cape Trafalgar, but same concept. You can do that without even having to press a button. Okay, so just to show you the process of connecting an iPhone as well, we'll do that quickly. So jump onto Bluetooth, hit the search icon. That will then search for the phone as well as the phone searching for the stereo. We can then jump onto our Bluetooth settings on our phone. And it's found it already, CAS iPhone. So we're going to pair to that. It should then bring up a request. So pair, passkeys matching, that's fine. Allow contact syncs. Give it a second to pair up. It's made the pairing noise. We do wish to use Apple CarPlay, yes please. And there we go, Apple CarPlay. So it's the same concept. You can still use Siri, use your hands-free, Google Maps, Waze, whatever you need to use. It all works fine. And it's just as simple to pair up the iPhone. So yeah. So another good feature with this is you've got a decent amount of audio settings that you can go into. So to jump into there, you tap on settings, and then there's little icons at the bottom here. If you tap on the music icon, and then that gives you all of your audio settings. So you've got subwoofer adjustment, so you can jump into there. You can either turn the sub on and off, subwoofer level, frequency, so that's a low pass filter, and then you've got back, so we'll hit back. You can also turn the beep on and off if you like having the beep. I hate it, so I'm going to turn that off. High pass filter you can also set. It's not unfortunately separate front to rear, so it is literally just a general high pass filter for the front and rear speakers together. But you've got decent options here, 120 Hertz, 85 Hertz, so a good amount of adjustment there. EQ, you've got a full 16 band EQ on this, which is pretty good to see. Most units will have a 13 band, so a few more adjustments you can make there. So I've done a rough setup for this particular car. It's got no aftermarket speakers or anything, so I've boosted all the high frequencies. You can also set them as custom presets, so that's saved as custom 1. Custom 2 would just be a flat, and then you've got all of the normal ones that you can choose from, so that preset ones. So you can go over, you can go pop or rock, jazz, whatever you like listening to, whatever you prefer the sound of. If we go back out of here, so this is your back button here essentially, so you can tap that. That'll go back to what menu you're on before. You've also got time alignment on this, which is nice to see. So you can go preset 1, and then you can manually adjust all of your time alignment settings and have 3 different presets for that. If you scroll down, lastly, you've got loudness and then reverse volume control. So loudness is just basically a boost of essentially volume. If you're running stock speakers, you can turn that on. You can get a bit more out of those speakers without having to boost the volume too much on the physical button. And then reverse volume control is if you do have a reverse camera or anything in terms of that, when you put it into reverse, it drops the volume to half so that you can actually concentrate on what you're doing when you're reversing. So yeah, overall, a very, very nice looking unit. It's really nice and sleek, good to use, pretty responsive in terms of touchscreen. We do still have the protective screen cover over it, so it's not as smooth as it could be, but we're not going to peel that off just yet. The physical buttons along the bottom I do like, and the fact that it's raised out, particularly for this car. If it was sat inside that bezel there, it might be a bit difficult to use. So it's nice that it's kind of protruding out slightly, and the fact that it actually has physical buttons, because this car hasn't got steering wheel controls. It's nice that you can actually have a physical button to use rather than touchscreen. It's another thing I like to kind of make sure people are aware of. If they're buying a stereo and they don't have steering wheel controls, then I would really advise going for a unit that's got physical buttons, because trying to turn the volume up whilst you're driving and you've got no reference of where you are and what you're actually pushing can be a little bit awkward sometimes. But in terms of the buttons themselves, pretty responsive. I mean, it's just a button, it's nothing special, but you've got volume down, volume up. You've got a power and a mute button, so that's a dual purpose. So you press and hold it to power it off, and then tap it to mute. You've got your back button, you've got your speech button, and then you have a sub button. So you can quickly get into subwoofer controls without having to go back into the menu and go all the way through it just to get to the subwoofer controls. So that's nice to see. The only thing I would have liked to see with this is a home button, because all you have is a back button. So if you're deep inside a menu, you have to keep pressing back, unless there's an actual home icon on the screen. But other than that, pretty happy with it. Right, so that was the review and unboxing of the brand new JBL Legend 700D. Now, this does have a kind of sister or little brother, if you want to call it that, is the Legend 700. So that's a non-DAB model. So if you want a more affordable option, which doesn't come with DAB, then look for the Legend 700. Now, these are both available on our website, caraudiosecurity.com, and link will be in the description. But general overview of the unit, I'm quite impressed, to be honest. For JBL's first go at a double din screen, they've done pretty well. Good sound quality, good audio. Options, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto works seamlessly, touchscreen's really good, so no complaints really. So the only thing I would say for next time, for the next model from JBL, is maybe add a home button to replace maybe the power button and mute button. I don't think many people are going to use that too much, but a home button would definitely be something that's useful, just very easy to get back to the home screen. But like I said, these are available on our website. This is currently priced, the Legend 700D is currently priced at $329.99, which for a wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto unit of this kind of spec is very, very good, very competitive pricing. And the 700, so non-DAB model, is £300 at $299.99. Again, very, very good pricing, very competitive. So look out for these. These will be on our website. Make sure you check them out. That's it from me. I hope you've liked this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.